It's no coincidence that you clicked on this video, because by the end of it, you would have learned the 7 techniques that women use to test you as a man. You would always be tested by women. And I don't mean testing in terms of nudging you or trying to push you to anger. No, I just mean that for any woman you meet, and even through the course of the relationship, and even many years after, you are always going to be tested by that woman. And these tests that I'm about to give to you, I call them the 7 M's. I went through extensive research to actually come up with this test. And I'm telling you, if you understand female nature, you would easily know how to navigate them. You would easily know how to navigate situations. You would know what to tell them, how to respond in certain situations, because you are always going to be tested by women. I don't care what you think of yourself, the type of relationship you might be in, you would always be tested by a woman. Guys, watch out for these 7 types of tests that women use to nudge you, to try to elicit a certain response from you as a man. Coming up. Number 1 would be the manhood test. This is the type of test where a woman is trying to belittle you as a man. She is using some words or talking to you in a certain way or acting in a certain way where she questions you. She questions your manhood. She questions your authority. She questions how you are navigating a particular situation. If this is what a man would do, you say you are this type of man. You say this is how you are. So why are you now acting like this in this situation or that situation? She will try to trick you. She will try to elicit a certain response from you because you claim, you've told her you are a man. You assume the position of a man in this home. Oh, you are the man of this house. Why don't you bring money for us to buy food? You are the man of this house. Why aren't you lifting this and that? You are the man of this house. Why is this not happening? Why is that happening? She will try to question your manhood, the authority of a man, the place of a man. She will try to challenge that. That is the number 1 typical test that a lot of women use on men. And your understanding of this test can be liberating. It can change your life, because this is one of the tests that men get extremely emotional about. This is one of the tests that men are unable to handle when it comes to questioning their manhood. This is the one reason that many men have actually committed suicide, because women tended to they didn't see themselves living up to their expectation as a man, especially in their home, especially with their children, with their wife, with their family. They're unable to live up to that expectation, because this particular type of test is something that a lot of men fall down to it, because yes, they believe it strongly that I'm a man, I should be able to do this. I'm a man, I should be able to handle this. I should be able to take care of my wife. I should be able to treat my family nice. And then this woman capitalizes on that. When you are not able to in that moment, or some moments where you may not be living up to expectation, some moments when you will be a little bit down, she may capitalize on that to test you. Or even when you are on top of your game, she will still test your manhood in some ways, depending on your capacity. Guys, if you are observant of this manhood test, I'm telling you, a lot of emotions, you will let a lot of things go. You're not going to overly react to everything that she says or does. Watch out for this number 1 fundamental test that women use, which is the manhood test. Number 2 would be the manipulation test. Guys, women are specialists at manipulation, and I am not trying to accuse anybody. Sometimes they don't even know that their actions are manipulating you. They don't even know that the things they are telling you are in a way trying to make you to behave a certain way to them, especially for their own benefit. A woman can manipulate you with guilt. A woman can manipulate you with your emotion. A woman can manipulate you with tears. Many things. She's going to employ all those techniques in order to get you to behave a certain way to her that would be beneficial for her. She knows the buttons to use. She knows how to nudge you. She knows where to press for you to behave a certain way. She knows that if she wants something from you, she needs to behave this way or that way. She knows that if she wants to retain or she wants to impress you, she needs to behave in this way or that way. If she wants you to give her money, she knows how to behave in that way. This is the manipulation test. A woman would try to manipulate you into behaving a certain way with her for her own benefit. This is the essence of a manipulation. Manipulation is strictly for the benefit of the person who is initiating it. Sometimes, somehow, passively, or by some consequence, it could also come off in your own benefit. But that doesn't mean that you are the focal point. She is the focal point. She is looking for a way to get you to behave a certain way to her. This is the second type of test that you absolutely need to be cognizant about. With women, they will try to manipulate you. And my friend, if you are not paying attention to it, sometimes you know that a woman is trying to manipulate you. But if you don't mind, that's fine. Like sometimes I've seen myself, I know when a woman is trying to manipulate me. And when I see that, at times I just play dumb because I don't want you thinking also that you are manipulating me. I just play dumb with it and let it slide. Watch out for this type of test from women. The mindset test. A woman will create an environment, a scenario to understand you in terms of your mind, how you think. They do this mainly at the first stage of a relationship. She could create a typical scenario. Oh, what if I wanted to go to a girl's nights out? What if I wanted to hang out with my friends and we go on a trip to Paris for the weekend? What do you think of that? How do you see that? She will try to create all the scenarios with you. What if I believe that a man should solely 100% pay for bills in a home? What if I want to have an OnlyFans account? How do you see that? What type of approach would you have for that? This is typical mindset test. You have to be cognizant of this type of test. You need to know exactly how to respond, which we can talk about at the end of this video. You need to know how to navigate a situation like this. If you care, they would employ the mindset test in order to understand what goes on in your mind. What type of man are you here? They start gauging you at the beginning of the relationship. Keep in mind that if a woman is testing you, there is a likelihood that she's interested in you, that she likes you, and she wants to know how you think upstairs. I'll give you another type of test that women use, and that will be the manners test. A woman will try to gauge your manners. They will try to gauge the type of person you are, how cultured you are, how well behaved you are. She would want to know if you open the door for her on the first date. She would watch you to know how you speak to the waiter, how you treat them. She would watch you to know how you behave around dogs. She would watch you to know how you behave at a Starbucks coffee line. If they mess up your order, she is watching your relationship with your family. She is watching your relationship with your friends. She is watching your relationship with other women. I'm sure like a lot of women, this will come off at the top of their list because they always, especially on that first day, they just want to know how you're behaving. She is watching when she brings you to her family. She's watching to know how you're responding to her brother, to her sister, to her parents. Be cognizant of the manners test. Women will use this to test you at any point. I will give you one major type of test that women use on a man, and that will be the Minion Test. Are you a leader or a follower? Do you agree with everything that she says or do? Are you a yes man? Are you an oh yes man? Anything she says, yeah babe, I'll do it for you. You do not know how to say no. Do you know how much women also respect men who actually know how to say no? The Minion Test. Do you take charge to lead, or are you just a follower? Are you just somebody who sits back and lets things slide? Do you agree with anything and everything that she does? And a woman who you agree with everything that she does and you're okay with anything that she does, she will lose immense amount of respect for you, will be gone. You do not want to find yourself in a situation where you cannot stand up against something. even if it's your woman, even if it's your partner. Babe, can you pick my friend from this city on your way and all that? And you know that this city is farther away from you. You're probably going to go cross country and come back home. And you say, oh, okay, well, I'll do it. You can't bring yourself to say, hey, I can't do this at this time. Can you have your friend come to you at any other means or any other day? This is a test that women would always use. Most women that are in their feminine would want to be led. They acknowledge you as the leader, but they support you. That's what they would want. I'll give you another type of test that women use to check you, and that will be the marriage test. What type of husband you intend to be? What do you think of marriage? What do you think of a wedding? She will create environments or scenarios where she wants to gauge, she wants to know how you perceive marriage and how you perceive weddings. Where would you want to have your wedding? What type of husband would you be? She's already observing you now. What type of father you would be? She's going to create typical scenarios where she wants to know your thoughts on marriage. She wants to know the kind of husband, father you will be, the kind of in-law you would be. From everything she's observing about you now, she will create scenarios of how would you be in a marriage. You always need to be cognizant of this particular test. I will give you the last type of test that women use on you, and that will be the media test, the social media test. Women will try to understand you and your interaction with social media. What type of presence do you have on social media? Do you follow random women's accounts that are naked, half naked on Instagram? How do you behave on social media? Because social media is almost an entirely different world right now from the world we are in. Social media is an entirely different place right now. A woman will check you out on social media. If she's getting to know you, the next place she wants to go to is social media. She wants to find you on social media. I'm sure many of you guys that I'm speaking to right now, if you got a girl's contact, or her name, you've probably gone to social media to search her up. This is a test. Men do that. Women also do that. Social media projects your personality. It's a way for you to show who you are. And if you're not leveraging social media to grow and to create impact, then you are slacking, because that is the future. Your presence on social media is what can literally tell her the type of person that you are. Social media is a way to just get to know somebody. They test you on social media. They ask you questions. Do you believe that a man should follow Instagram models? A man in a relationship, is it okay for him to follow random girls, but he's not interacting with them? Do you believe it's okay to like a girl's picture that is half naked? Do you believe it's okay for you to DM girls, or if girls DM you, is it okay if you respond? Your interaction on social media is what she's trying to gauge. Is it okay for you to stay in touch with an old friend or an ex on social media? She is watching you even without you knowing. The media test is here to stay. I will tell you lastly how you can navigate situations like this. As a man, you do not want to fall into any of the scenarios or tests that women create for you. Because let's say she asks you, do you believe it's okay for a girl to create an OnlyFans account? She's trying to test your mindset here. I fundamentally know what I would say, and I know that's unacceptable by me. There are some men that will say, it depends, did she have it before we met? Is she just using it as a source of income? Is she actually having something physical with other men? Search deep within you. You know where you stand. It's going to be wrong of you to accept something that you know is not who you are. To accept something you know it's not comfortable by you. It's going to be an absolute disaster if you take and accept something you know, this is not who I am. I don't want this in my life. If you validate or say such a thing to a woman that you're just getting to know just because she's hot, just because you're afraid of being alone, just because of many other factors, and to accept that into your life, your head is going to explode. You're going to go crazy, and you will turn into a simp. She would even ask you, I told you this at the beginning of the relationship, and you said, now you're changing your mind. Always remain firm in whatever you want. Some women will try to belittle you, right? When she's trying to test your manhood. when she's trying to belittle you and say, you can't pay for anything in this house, you're just going to be like, yeah, I accept. If that's what you think, that I can't pay for anything in this house, I accept. That's how it is. That's what it is. Just accept and amplify it. That's how you come out of those situations, because you don't want to be taking on most of those things that women are saying or try to plead with them. Oh, don't worry, I'll still provide. You have been providing. You have been doing your best. Guys, these are 7 tests that women use. As long as you're cognizant of them, you would not fall prey to any technique that a woman is trying to pull off on you.